Well, they're Nevada's largest and most comprehensive nonprofit working to eliminate sexual and domestic violence right here in the Valley. SafeNest. It's an amazing organization. I'm so happy to have their CEO, Liz Ortenberger, join me here today. Liz, good morning. How are you, my friend? Thank you for letting us join you right there in your office this morning.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm great, and thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Let's talk about SafeNest. I think most people in the Valley know about your organization. You've been doing tremendous work here in the Valley, but share your mission for those who don't know.
Our mission is to end domestic and sexual violence through comprehensive services that eradicate these epidemics.
Absolutely, and you are all about reaching the people who need you. And that's why you have a 24/7 hotline. Share with me how long that hotline's been in existence and when and where people can use it.
Yeah, so we, as you said, 24/7. We've been doing that since 1977, and people can reach us at 702-646-4981. You can also text that same number, or you can go to SafeNest.org and open up a private chat with us.
Excellent. And we know you're all about keeping women safe, keeping families safe, keeping women and children and men safe. Could you share with me, let's dive deep for a moment. Share with me some of the people you help. What kind of situations have they found themselves in?
Yeah, so we see the gamut of situations from an adult or aging parent being abused by an adult child or adult caregiver to what people would consider sort of more traditional domestic violence, which would be between a husband and a wife or between intimate partners, all the way up to teenage kids that are in violent relationships before they become adults. So we work in the entire spectrum of domestic and sexual violence.
And you're so educated in the space, the people who work with you, volunteers that surround you. Again, amazing organization to know about here in the Valley. You have, let's change it to the topic of fun, okay, because you have an upcoming event on Saturday. This is really neat what you're doing. I love the outdoors. It is champagne, s'mores, and the great outdoors. What are you doing Saturday?
So we're going to be having a ton of fun. We have tons of games and then an amazing program for folks that come to the event to hear about local heroes within our community who had difficult childhoods but are thriving today. And all of the proceeds go to support our camp program, which is really working to end the cycles of domestic violence with the youth in our community.
Absolutely. Let's talk about that camp experience. I know we've talked about it in the past, and every time you tell me about it, I think, man, that's just awesome. What a great program.
Yeah, so what we know, right, is that kids growing up in domestic and sexual violence situations are 76% of the time they're going to repeat that cycle as adults, either as a survivor or as a perpetrator of violence. So we want to work with the kids most at risk of repeating those cycles, and we do that through a week-long camp experience and then a year-round program where we come back together and do fun activities throughout the year. But what they learn at that camp program is about people who also had difficult childhoods, who also saw abuse, who saw things that these kids are saying, and how they worked through it and how they're thriving today, so that they have an opportunity to build their own foundation of healing, so that when they go back home and things may be tough, they can find the strength in their experiences with us to not repeat those cycles themselves as adults.
I tell you, and the camp experience can be just so unique and so bonding. I think being out in nature too is really just a great source of healing. So Camp Hope, you'll be sending what, over 200 kids there this summer?
Yes, our goal is to send 200 kids. We use 2 different camps up near Park City, Utah, so the kids get a real outdoor experience up in the mountains. Yeah, we do horseback riding, we go river rafting, and kind of everything in between. They have a real traditional camp experience. They get some of their childhood back, and then they have a healing experience through the Hope activities we do that week.
Wonderful. Well, we can all help by attending the Champagne, S'mores, and the Great Outdoors event this Saturday. Where do we sign up, or if we want to just donate to your amazing cause at SafeNest, how can we do so for both those?
You can find everything you need at SafeNest.org, and if you're feeling like, hey, I could use a camp experience and I want to volunteer for the week, you can find that at SafeNest.org as well.
That's a neat idea. Volunteer up in Park City. I'm telling you, like, the way you set the tone for that event, it makes it just a little more enticing to volunteer. Liz, I always love talking to you. How's the running going, by the way? Liz is an amazing long-distance runner.
It's going well. I just got a cortisone shot in my leg last Friday.
Oh!
I'll be back in a week.
All right, I'll give you a week off, and then I expect you out there doing 8-minute miles. Good to talk to you, my friend.
Perfect. Thanks, JJ.
All right, that is SafeNest.org, helping people in the Valley here for decades and ending domestic and sexual violence here in the Valley. You can visit their website. You can also check them out on Instagram and Twitter. They're a great follow.